What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another Arsenal therapy. And before we start today's show, happy Easter to everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you're well, hope you're chilling, hope you're not letting that Arsenal shambles yesterday ruin your weekend. Enjoy yourself, put it out your mind, although we won't put it out of our mind for the next hour or so, people, as we discuss it and try and figure out yet another shambolic, embarrassing performance by the Gunners. Big up to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for the support on the show yesterday as well. Massive amount of likes. I think we got over 2,100 likes. Great support on the channel. So big up to everyone. Let's go into, do you know what? I'll call it the Arsenal midfield pivot, mate, because I don't know if Sambi Lokonga or Granit Xhaka moved yesterday. So let's go into Arsenal pivot mode, people, which is certainly going to slow things down. Big up everyone for tuning in on Twitch and big up everyone watching on YouTube as well. Curtis, this is fine TV. Listen, man, it is what it is, people. It is. I will stand up if I'm Arteta, right? Yeah, man, I'm going to stand up because I'm not having it, people. The standards have to go up. This is getting ridiculous now, but we're going to talk. We're going to break it all down. Press conference reaction. It was a very short press conference. And let me tell you, that brother didn't want to talk yesterday. The house is burning down, but everything is fine, people. Man's mashing up the Emirates. You know, the man is mashing up the Emirates. January looking stupid, 100%. Golden said, big up Curtis, I have my waffles, whipped cream and syrup ready. You're going to need it because, boy, some of the quotes that came out of yesterday are just unbelievable by Mikel Arteta. So, got a few bits to look at. We'll quickly go through the player ratings. I could basically give them all the same ratings, to be honest. But, hey, Laurie on a madness yesterday. Listen, you know, I know Laurie likes to, when he's on streams, he usually has some water or something. I don't know. Maybe he was on the vodka or the Ray and Nephew yesterday. I thought he was going to pull his mask off and Kevin Campbell was underneath. You know, I thought he was going to do a Scooby-Doo on us. But hey, anyway, he came in on a madness, you know. Inter said this team pees me off. Of course. If I laugh, I'll cry. Listen, I understand your pain, man. Kroenke out, Arteta isn't the only problem. Agree with you, Daniel, but when there was an opportunity to go for the owner, the fan base didn't want to do it. He kept us quiet with that 150 million in the summer. And now it's probably too late. You know, where's Daniel X? Spotify just put hundreds of millions into Barcelona's new sponsorship. Kevin Campbell ain't coming on this anymore this season. I'm going to try and get him on Tuesday, but you may not see him for a while. He did say he would come on this week. Jamrock Gunner said, big up Curtis, we can't continue like this. Our level is not where we should be. I agree. Bassa said, good morning from my ends. Big C, big up yourself. Fan base wasn't about that life. 100%. We weren't. We needed to come together. And they weren't willing to do it, unfortunately. You know, that 150 kept us quiet. And they got away with it. Danielek disappeared. And he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. But anyway, let's start the show today, people. Let's start the show for today. And big up to all of the C unit. Big up your damn selves as always, people. Thank you for the great support. Right, let's get into it. Let's start. It's progressively going to get worse, I think, as we go through this show. I'm going to obviously talk about the game yesterday, some things that Mikel Arteta said, and we'll look at where the game was, well, I would say won and lost, but certainly wasn't won. I brought this comment up at the end of the stream yesterday from Mikel Arteta. This is a quote of his yesterday, and I'm baffled by the way this guy is talking now. Arteta said, if somebody didn't know the score and is watching the game and asks who won, they will say Arsenal won it comfortably, but it's not the case. I mean, the funny thing is, Mikel, if they did watch the whole game, they might have just seen the goal that Southampton scored, and they might have seen the fact that we didn't score a goal. So I'm not sure they would have watched the game and felt that Arsenal won. Dominating the game does not put 3 points on the board, people. Some of the best teams in football are counter-attacking teams who don't feel that their team needs to dominate possession. This is absolutely insane, this comment. I just don't understand why he's even saying that. And I don't know what he's thinking by saying that, because the fans don't want to hear these excuses. We ain't got time for that. Ish said meltdown after meltdown. Beresford Production said, big up Curtis, unsure of top 4 TV. Arsenal should be third right now. Jesus has risen and so has Man United's top 4 chances. Happy Easter to you, bro, and to everyone watching. If my nan had wheels, she'd be a bike. Bro, David, I'm telling you, it's all mad. Arteta has been listening to Julian. Listen, I'm going to be totally honest. And I'm going to say something I've never said on this channel about Mikel Arteta. I think yesterday you saw the first point of Mikel Arteta, the wheels falling off, in my opinion. I think you saw it. I think we saw a different Arteta yesterday. I think we saw an Arteta that ran out of ideas. I think we saw an Arteta that didn't know how to turn that game around. I think we're seeing a Mikel Arteta that could struggle to find the answers to the questions that are being asked of him. I feel like when managers start getting delusional and saying crazy things, the wheels are falling off. And I feel like the wheels are falling off Mikel Arteta. You know, they'll justify it. Man said the wheels were never on. Yeah, to be fair, the wheels were probably never on, to be honest. The club will be sitting there this morning saying, listen, scrape your way into the Europa League and we'll use PR to dress this up and distract everybody in the summer. We'll tell them that it's progress. We'll bring out 3 nice kits for everybody to buy. We'll try and make one decent signing that the fans get overhyped about. Then we'll throw out a load of pre-season games that we'll be looking forward to watching. And all of a sudden, he'll get away with all this. This will all disappear into the distance. The fans can't allow that to happen, but they probably will. Barbie said, at least we didn't concede 15 to 20 shots, mate. Yeah, licking off them shots at Unai Emery, but it doesn't get us 3 points on the board, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's all right him saying that. But it doesn't achieve nothing for us. But I just saw a team yesterday that was short of ideas. They could have been on the pitch from yesterday till today. They still would not have scored, people. I mean, at what point do you pick a striker that hasn't scored a goal all season and expect him to win you the game? How is that going to happen? You're putting players into positions that they're not comfortable with. And I'm not talking about putting a striker up front. I'm talking about putting a youngster that's never been in this position with this much pressure on his back, that's clearly out of form, that is arguably not good enough to play for Arsenal. And you're saying to Eddie Nketiah, go and win me that game, Eddie. Go and win me that game. At the moment, he's not capable of winning you that game. So even though I banter Eddie a lot of the time, I always say the players don't pick themselves. Eddie's going to play. He's going to run around. He put a lot of effort in, but he wasn't good enough yesterday, unfortunately. That is the manager's fault. That is the manager's fault. Sambi Lokonga yesterday. Is he a decent player? Yeah, he's all right. But he's not ready for Arsenal on a regular basis in the first team at the moment. When he gets the ball, it's more, I don't want to make a mistake, rather than I'm going to take a risk that could lead to a goal. He doesn't want to give the ball away. He doesn't want to take a shot that goes wide. He'd much rather keep the ball and not be that guy that makes the mistake. Again, he's not in a position that he's capable of doing. I don't mean playing him in midfield. I mean putting him in midfield and saying, go and boss the midfield for us. If you look at the last 3 games, Sambi's played the last 2 games. We played Brighton last week. They've got Basuma in midfield. I mean, most teams in the Premier League would take Basuma. He's a top midfielder. He bossed it against Tottenham yesterday, and he was excellent against Arsenal as well. Sambi's probably not capable of going and bossing him yet. You look at yesterday, Southampton, Romeu and Ward-Prowse are experienced, they're strong, they've got know-how, they've probably got 200-300 Premier League games under their belt. They're not world beaters, but they're experienced. They've been in these trenches before, people. Youngsters and players that are new to the league, they haven't been in this position before. Do they have talent? Everybody in our team's got talent, but a lot of our players have not been in that position before, where they're under pressure and they know how to get out of that position. And the manager, for me, is setting this team up to fail. I've got to be totally honest. And I don't want to put too much heat on the team. I am going to look at the manager and I am going to look at the owners, because how have you allowed Arsenal to put us in this position? How have you thrown away top four? People can say at the start of the season we didn't expect top form. That's not that means absolutely nothing to me. Football changes every day. All it takes is Harry Kane gets injured, he's out for the season. All of a sudden, Tottenham aren't the favourites. Ronaldo gets injured, he's out for 6 weeks. All of a sudden, Man United aren't the favourites. You know, you go into the January window and you buy Vlahovic and you buy Basuma. All of a sudden, Arsenal are the favourites. Football changes on a daily basis, people. Managers get sacked, new players come in, managers get injured, you hit bad form, things can change just like that. So whether at the start of the season top 6 was fine, top 6 isn't fine now. Fourth was in both hands and we threw it in the air. Now Man United and Tottenham are scrambling for it and we look like we're not going to be able to get there. So it's a crazy time to be an Arsenal fan, and it's the hope that kills you, they say, and I think we were all very hopeful probably 2 weeks ago. Can we turn it around? I mean, you look at the fixtures coming up, and it looks very ominous, you know. Dave said, United fan, big up Curtis, you're one of the realest Arsenal fans I've seen. I appreciate that. Zach said therapy on a Sunday. Do you know what it is, bro? Number one, I had to get it off my chest. Number two, I got a few things to do tomorrow. So I'm not sure whether I'll be able to live stream tomorrow. So I thought, let's get it in today while it's a little bit quiet in the day. The Conference League music, Tree Trunk, is the same as the Europa League. So, nice and simple. We ain't got to figure anything out, you know. Laurie's still got the cap. Yeah, Laurie, man. Oh, man, he came on with his Arteta cap on. That is for sure. Right, couple things I want to look at, people, before we start getting into, you know, press conference reaction and all of that. But let's get into the things that he said. And everyone's calmed down now. You know, everyone was jumping on my case over the last few weeks. Oh, Arteta, you're this, you're that. Now everyone's going, maybe he isn't as good as we all believed. And like I said, it's not an I told you so, because I take no pleasure in that. I'd much rather be proved wrong and Arsenal win than say, oh, I said that this guy wasn't good and it turns out he isn't. I've never seen enough in this manager to believe he was the right manager. But anyway, let's quickly look at yesterday's game. This, for me, changes the whole game yesterday. And listen, as a manager, you would be frustrated as a manager, because I believe there are fine margins in the Premier League. And this, for me, changed the whole outcome of this game. Now, this was early in the game. Unfortunately, I can't play. You know, they tried to come at me before with this. Now, you can't even see Forster in this. For anybody that's watching this, Forster's at full stretch getting his fingertips on this Bukayo Saka shot. Now, all I'm thinking, looking at this, Bukayo, my brother, put this anywhere over here. Anywhere. This guy in the yellow top, hit him on the cannon. Hit this guy on his sunglasses. Hit this guy on his cap. Hit the advertising board. Just hit anything over here. 1-0, Arsenal lead. Southampton are lacking confidence. They've lost 6-0. We're winning 1-0. Maybe we take control of the game. Not in terms of possession, in terms of goals. And I think we win this game. But he doesn't. He hits it basically in the middle of the goal. There's absolutely no way that Fraser Forster should be saving this. Half the goal is empty. Half the goal is empty. He has to score that. Big C brought the receipts. El Neni said even I would have buried that. You have to score that. This is the difference. Like you're saying, Poker, just pass it into the corner. Anywhere low. And he doesn't get anywhere near it. You've put it basically in the middle of the goal and given him an opportunity to get his hand on it. Just put it anywhere here and it's 1-0. It's a sitter. It's an absolute sitter for Saka. And like I said, people, for me, an absolute turning point. And you know what? A lot of people saying Fraser Forster was unbelievable yesterday. I think if you look at the saves he makes, I think this save is exceptional. All the other ones, I think any goalkeeper in the Premier League would make most of them saves. This one is the exceptional one, but let's be honest, Saka allows him to save it because he shouldn't be putting it there. Middle of the goal, at a decent height for him to save it. Even if he puts it in the middle but low, he probably doesn't save it. And people say, yeah, you know, it's on his right foot, blah, blah, blah. I don't buy into that. You have to score that. You're at Arsenal. They're talking about 120 a week and all of that. You got to just slot that in. Just pass that into the corner. So I'm not allowing Saka off with the weak foot excuse. I think most people in the comments would score that. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the next bit. This is my second bit, people. We've only got 2 things to look at today. And this, for me, is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous, people. This is part 2 of Arsenal Meltdown FC, people. This is part 2. Man said it's the Twix Kurt. He's had too much chocolate this week, doing GQ adverts, Twix adverts. Maybe he had Stitch, you know. This, for me, is a big problem. I'm going to take myself off the screen for 1 second, just so you can see this a little bit closer up. Now, the number 4 is Benjamin White. You know our Benny White, who doesn't watch football? Now, Eddie Nketiah goes to stop the cross. Stop the cross, Eddie. Stop the cross. Eddie's a little bit unfortunate. He gets nutmegged with the cross. It can happen. You've stuck your leg out. It's nutmegged you. Bednarek is here. He's unmarked. 6-yard box is there. He's probably, 8 yards out, unmarked. Sambi's marking this guy. Nuno's got this guy. Gabriel's spear. Ben White is doing absolutely nothing at this point. The £50 million centre-back is standing there doing absolutely nothing. And as this develops, I shouldn't even play this, but I'm just going to play. Now, what is Ben White doing at this point? I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was dabbing. I thought he was doing the Paul Pogba celebration. Stand up, make yourself big. They tell defenders, when somebody shoots, make yourself as big as possible. This guy, what is he doing there? I mean, I thought he was dabbing. I thought Paul Pogba, I thought he was doing that. I thought the man was dabbing. 50 million for that, bro. What the hell is that? I'd be disappointed if Benny Hill did that. Never mind Ben White. 50 million. And what kind of shape are you doing here, bro? Man turned his head. He's not even looking at him. Man said, oh no, I can't watch. Man said, Rambo, I can't watch this, mate. Let me know if he scores or not. 50 million of the Queen's finest pounds for a man to turn around and duck down. He actually is making himself smaller. Turn around, da-na-na-na-na-da-na-da. And I need you all the night, and I need you more than ever. The man turned around, fam. Man couldn't watch. While we're on the south coast, for anybody that doesn't know, Southampton isn't far from Brighton. While we're on the coast, pack him up, get him in the coach, drive to Brighton and say, listen, I've got the receipt. Can I get my money back? If I can't get my money back, can I exchange him for Yves Bissouma? Because I didn't pay £50 million to watch this towy, tattered up merchant turn his back on the ball and not even look it. Bro, sometimes big defenders, you got to take that in the face. Bang! Bust nose, black eye, everything. 50 million. Lick that off. Block it. I don't expect you to do that. Man started dabbing. I thought he was doing the Paul Pogba celebration. Just return him. Just return him. They say, listen, you know what? You know when you take someone back, say, listen, unfortunately, it's been more than 14 days. You cannot get your money back now, but you can exchange it for something in the shop. That's all I want, Brighton. Just let me exchange it. I don't even need my money back. Yeah, that's fine. Do you have Bissouma in a medium, please? Yeah, I'll take Bissouma. You can take Ben White back. I haven't, nobody's worn it. There's no dirt on it. It's still got the tags on it. £50 million for you to turn your head when the man's licking down the shot. I'm not having that. I'm not having it. I'm sorry. Take that in the face for 50 million. And, lick down, black eye, everything. Easter's mashup, but 50 million and you're turning your back. Nah, man. Brighton done a number on us in the summer. Brighton done a number on us, let me tell you. He's not terrible. It's not terrible, but 50 million? I'm sorry, people. I don't see it. Ben White giving me Mustafi vibes, said Tyrone. Dr. Duke said, store. I just want store credit. Just give me a credit note. That's all I want, people. Exchange it for Basuma. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want my centre-back doing that. That's what I don't want. Yeah, and that's a centre-back shooting past him, by the way. Not a world-class striker. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's going to have a field day with this guy next Saturday, by the way. 3 defeats could quickly turn into 5 defeats if this is how this brother's going to defend. I'm telling you. He done a Maguire no-look blocking. I mean, we call Maguire a fridge. I don't know what that guy is. Benny White, mate. Benjamin White, remember, famously doesn't watch football. And, yeah, at times I see it. Man's doing no-look defending. You know, Ronaldinho invented the no-look passing. This brother's doing no-look blocks and dabbing at the same time. But it's all right because, you know, he's got nice tattoos, hasn't he? He's got nice tattoos. So, you know, he falls right into the PR of Arsenal. So, hey, here's what it is. Duffy is clear. Them man say he wasn't even the best centre-back at Brighton. You know, Lewis Dunk, all of them man apparently are far better. Our best defender is out on loan. Nah, he's only in the French squad, probably going to go to the World Cup with the world champions. But nah, he's nowhere near ready for Arsenal, apparently. Thoughts on our captain yesterday? Listen, who was the captain, Ian? Who was the captain? To be honest, we didn't look like we had a captain. We did not look like we had a captain, mate. Yeah, Odegaard. I mean, what do I say? You know, Gibraltar God, Armenia God, good under no pressure a God. Simple as that. He should not be the captain. Big C, unfortunately, I don't see another victory this season, said Peter. I mean, we'll win. Listen, we'll win when there's no pressure on. When fourth's disappeared, we'll probably go on a 3-4 game unbeaten run. But while we're under pressure, we ain't winning a damn thing. You know what we're about, people. Fraser said, Curtis, what do you think Edu is going to do in the summer? Buy Richarlison because of his Brazilian connection. Listen, Arteta couldn't manage Richarlison. He'll beat him up. Broads, big up my brother Broads in the chat. He said, I don't care if Ronaldo gets United to top 4. I'm a big gassed. Arsenal don't deserve it. I'm not going to lie. I was tempted to go to the Man United game next week because I thought, you know what? Man United will miss out on 4th, end up in the Europa League, and Ronaldo will leave. But you know what? He might just be in the Champions League next season, so there's probably no rush. I'll probably see him again next season because United will think that they can get 4th now. I can't lie. Just give me defenders who can defend. This is the problem, you know. I want a centre-back, first of all, that can defend. Win your headers, win your tackles. We'll work on everything else. Can you pass? Are you good on the ball? I want you to be able to defend first. We're signing centre-backs that are good on the ball but not great at defending. Like, do me a favour. Matt Elneny said, I'm a better captain. Wodegaard. Do you know what was interesting? Remember at the start of the season, everyone was going, oh, we were having that whole Odegaard and Maddison debate. You know, I see that Maddison's got 14 goals and 9 assists this season. James Maddison, 14 goals and 9 assists. Leicester are playing now, actually, against Newcastle. So he's got 23 goal contribution. So I think that argument's been pretty shut down, to be honest. Broad said, go to the game. Well, yeah, I might do. Fitz said, the biggest red flag for me was that even after they knew the Spuds had lost, the team showed no desire or intensity to win the game. I don't know what you'd have to do to hype these lot up, Fitz. I just don't know what you would have to do. How much... For me, I wouldn't have even give a team talk yesterday. I would have got a big screen out. I'd have just put the Tottenham score on there. Tottenham have just lost 1-0 to Brighton. I'd say, if you need any more motivation than that, you shouldn't play for this club. None of you. If you can't see that, you're playing against a team that's lost 6-0, that's short of confidence. If you can't go out there and beat them, you're in the wrong sport. And we went there and they kept a clean sheet. It's just so Arsenal, isn't it? Santa Claus FC rolls up into town against a nervous defence and we give them a clean sheet, you know. Gary Woolard, thank you for the super chat, bro. Just give me strikers who can score. Oh, mate. Classic C. Hey, Big C, have you seen Arsenal Fanatics News dissing you on Facebook? Hey, what'd they say? I remember, what is it, in American Gangster when he says, you can be, what did he say? You be successful and have enemies, or you can be unsuccessful and have friends. Your success took a shot at you, Frank Lucas. They're hating people. But I don't mind. I love it. I love it, people. I do it on purpose on Twitter. I'm not even on Facebook. You know them ones. I'm not even on there. But they can't handle the truth. Unfortunately, we got a Mickey Mouse fan base. Not all of us. Some of us just are real with it. But some of our fan base is just Mickey Mouse settings people, you know, Disney Channel. They're in a fantasy world that we're gonna win the title, win the Champions League. Eddie's gonna score 30 goals. Ben White's the best centre back, you know. So I love it, people. I love it. I actually enjoy it. It makes me laugh. Chris said, Curtis, both United and Arsenal's board and owners are incompetent. Our boards will not back the decent managers. We had like LVG, Jose and Emery. They veto all the power and authority to Ollie and Arteta. It's crazy, isn't it? Because the PR was beautiful with them guys. Cheap wages, you know, ex-players. You can dress it up and make it look good, but it ain't real, people. And that's the problem. That is the problem. Right, let's just go over yesterday's game and do some player ratings. This is going to be quick. I ain't even going to get into this too much, to be honest, because they're all a disgrace. And I hope they get relegated, in the words of Ty. No, obviously not Arsenal, but some of these men are just not as good as people think. Brian said, we don't deserve any sympathy. The club had fans gassing Arteta. Shameless. And now we're seeing what he's truly about, mate, because the wheels are falling off. I'm just going to skip through these player ratings reasonably quick because there's not a lot to talk about, if we're being totally honest. I'll start with Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think he could have done anything about the goal. Some people are saying a better keeper might save that. I think he's hit it well. He's only 8 yards out, and Ben White stabbing in front of him. That's enough to put anyone off. I give him a 5. I don't think he did anything wrong apart from that. And the goal, I don't think you can really put down to him. So I'll give him a 5. Although Ish saying De Gea saves that. Interesting. Just quickly, people, do you think Ramsdale could have done better with that goal? Ish saying Alisson or De Gea would save that. Quicker reactions. Brenazira said if Arteta managed Emery's current Villarreal team, he would get them relegated and blame its players. Give them all a 4 for sure. A few of you saying he should have saved it. That's interesting. A couple of you saying no chance. Ramsdale being poor recently. Yeah, definitely. Mendy saved Mane in the Carabao Cup final. White could have and should have done better. Man said Almunia would have saved it. We'll leave it there. I give him a 5. The back four. Do you know what? I'm going to start with the one player in that back four that I'm going to give credit to, and that is Nuno Tavares, because I think with everything that's happened, I think he just quietly handled his business yesterday and was reasonable. The goal had nothing to do with him. Thought he was all right. He came off, obviously, when we gambled at the end. And I thought he did all right. Do you know what? Because we lost to Southampton, I feel like I'm not even sure anyone's going to even get a 6 out of me today. The team is a disgrace. I'm just going to give him a 5. I'm just going to give him a 5. If we'd have won, I'd have given him a higher rating, but we lost. So no one's getting high ratings. But Nuno was all right. You know, couple of barks. And he had a quick walk around St. Mary's. You know, peed at the corner flag, then walked off. He gets a 5. He bounced back well under the circumstance. Cedric. I mean, I thought Cedric was playing for Southampton yesterday. I can't lie. Get this brother off set pieces for the rest of his time at Arsenal. Leicester winning 1-0. Lookman. Ah, dear. I prefer not to speak, people. Yeah, Cedric. I think Cedric thought he was playing for Southampton yesterday. How that guy got a 4-year deal at Arsenal on 75 grand a week is just, they need to do a full investigation into that deal. He was bang average. Don't get me wrong, defensively he wasn't bad though. Defensively he wasn't bad. I'm giving Cedric a 4. His set pieces were embarrassing. And again, the manager's picking him to take the set pieces. We saw him last week go wrong. So why the hell did you pick him this week to do him again? I blame the manager. Defensively he was okay. Set pieces were an embarrassment. 4 out of 10. Kareem said, my guess, 6th or 7th finish, Arteta contract, bids for Saka, Gabriel and Martinelli, and we buy potential. Your channel, though, 100, material, Cronke out. Big up, Kareem. Appreciate that. 88 Isk said, why is the Don even on set pieces? Manager picks it. Manager picks it, so it's his fault. Bro was confused, colourblind. He forgot, man. He thought he'd gone back in time. He thought he was playing for Southampton. Brown envelopes all over that deal, people. I can see the corruption in how he plays, mate. Brown envelopes everywhere. 4 out of 10 for Cedric. Ben White, shocking. Dreadful on the goal. £50 million. Got booked as well. He was awful yesterday for me. Bang average on the ball, which he usually is decent on the ball. I blame him for the goal. And he's been poor for the last 3 games, in my opinion. When the pressure has been applied on him, I don't think he's as good as a lot of this fan base make out. I'm going to be totally honest. I honestly don't think this guy is that good. I really don't. And for 50 million, I think we've been absolutely robbed in broad daylight. Is he the worst? Is he one of them worst defenders we've had? No, he's better than Mustafi and them guys. But 50 million pounds, £100,000 a week. And the guy doesn't watch football. You know what, Ben? My advice to you, watch Match of the Day tonight. It might help you a little bit. For me, he was our worst defender. I blame him for the goal. I'm giving him a 2 out of 10. I'm giving him a 2 out of 10. I'll give him a 3. I'll give him a 3. Give him a 3 out of 10. I blame him for the goal. I think it's definitely English tax. It's English tax. And you're right. People are signing defenders nowadays that aren't good at defending. Our football's crazy nowadays. Oh, he's not great at defending, but look how good he is on the ball. Okay, but he's going to spend most of the game having to defend. When you isolate him, not that good. Not that good. 3 out of 10 for Ben White. Gabriel, I thought he was the better of the 2 centre-backs. Listen, I'm going to be honest. He didn't have a lot to do. Southampton hardly got forward in this game. And once they went 1-0 up, they just set up shop and just defended. They just defended. So I'll give Gabriel a 5. Do you know what? Let me give him a 4. Let me give him a 4. I'm going to give him a 4. He don't deserve a 5. Because at the end of the day, the 2 centre-backs. I'll give him a 4. Maybe he could have got across and closed the space as well. So I'll give Gabriel a 4 as well. Let's go into the midfield, people. Let's go into the midfield. Let's talk about, I say midfield. We turned into a bagel yesterday again. And like you said, Anurag, Liverpool signed Konate for 35 million. We signed Ben White for 50 million. That's the Michael Edwards effect, people. Did we have a midfield yesterday? Because I thought we turned into a bagel yesterday. Let's start with Granit Xhaka, because Granit spent all week telling us how bad we are as fans. Oh, you've let me down. You hurt me so much. I don't even like looking at your faces as I walk off the pitch, he actually said. The people who sit next to the tunnel. I need more support. The passport was there. The suitcase was packed. I tell you what, mate. They should have let him get on that flight, because this guy talks and talks and talks and doesn't perform. He's average. He shouldn't be playing for Arsenal Football Club anymore. He doesn't win us games. He doesn't play passes that split defences. He doesn't consistently win the ball back. He's average. He's not very quick. He's not good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club, people. He's not good enough. He didn't step in yesterday and show leadership and carry Lokonga and say, I'll show you how we do this. He gets a 3 out of 10 for me for talking. Too much talking, big man. Too much talking from this brother. You know? Too much talk. No performance. Bang average. Ward-Prowse better than him. You know? Simple as that. Bare talking and nothing to back it up. 3 out of 10. Bin this guy in the summer. Bin him. Bin him. I don't care if it's 10 million. I don't care if it's 9 million. He's not good for this team. Yeah, he looks half decent when Partey babysits him. When Partey ain't with him, the brother's running wild. Chatty patty you, like you say, bro. Beer talking this brother does. Get rid of him. But this manager begged him to stay when he was joining Hertha Berlin. Then gave him a new contract. Bin this brother. I've had enough of seeing him. Sambi Lokonga. 3 out of 10. Tried, but he's not up to it right now, people. He's not up to it. And again, I'm not going to blame him. I'm not going to blame him. You know, it's like having a newborn baby and asking it to walk. It's not quite ready yet. It's got to crawl a little bit first, people. He's not ready yet. Is he good enough to be at Arsenal? Yeah, maybe he is good enough to be at Arsenal as fourth choice and just play him in certain cup games. But right now, we're putting him in there and saying, yo, run this game next to Granit Xhaka. Get us in the top 4. They compared him to Yaya Toure. I mean, I've got something in my mind right now. I feel it's a bit harsh. Closer to Yaya Sanogo, I'm going to be. No, I'm joking. They're going to come for me in the comments. I can't lie. Listen, Lokonga got potential, but he ain't ready for this. If he was playing for a mid-table team who, you know, the pressure's not really on and they're just trying to finish the season, we're trying to get top 4, bro. Sambi ain't going to get you top 4. Sambi might need to go on loan and play 30 games at Watford, or he's just not ready yet. And people need to understand he's 22 years of age. He ain't a baby, you know. 22 is not a baby in football, you know. But again, I blame the manager. I blame Edu for that interview with Jess Shreves. Oh, we didn't want to sign anybody that went above Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Well, this is what happens when you sign a young player that's not quite ready. I'll give him a 4. I don't want to give him a 3 because I feel like Xhaka spoke too much. Yaya Toure from Wish. I'm telling you, man, you thought you was buying some Gucci loafers, man, but it's an E rather than a G. You know, that ain't real Gucci, bro. So, yeah, I give him a 4. Not ready for me. And we're certainly not going to get top 4 with no Partey in the middle. Let's talk about Martin Odegaard, the captain, the skipper, the leader. I have to shout because I get passionate about the armband. Apologies if you got headphones in. I'm mashing up your headphones. The skipper, El Capitan, armband on. The guy that's going to convince Erling Haaland to come to Arsenal. That's what they're telling me. Do you think he can convince Haaland to join Arsenal? Is he the new Mesut Ozil? No, and no. Nodegaard, Wodegaard, Armenia guard, Gibraltar guard. When Arsenal play well and we string passes together and we beat a team 3-0 and we pass the ball and we move and we have chances and we score, this guy will look like an absolute dream in those games. Every time we play well and beat someone, he will look brilliant. Anytime our back's against the wall, we're getting bullied and we're struggling, he will disappear quicker than Casper the Ghost because he's physically not that strong. You can bully him. You can push him off the ball. If you deny him space, get in his face, Romeu, these guys, he's not going to hurt you. I wouldn't be scared of Odegaard if I was playing against Arsenal and I was a manager. I just wouldn't. And I wouldn't be scared if I was a player. I'd say get close to him, rough him up. He won't want to know. They've got a striker up there that don't move, so he ain't going to find him. He was awful yesterday for a captain. He tried to get on the ball. He's soft. He's soft, people. He's soft. I'm sorry. He is. Is he the player that we need? Listen, what I want people to understand, I actually think Martin Odegaard is a decent player. He's an intelligent footballer. If he played for Manchester City, you absolutely bop. He'd probably look like a good number 10. Most teams in the world, big teams, are actually going away from number 10s. We've gone back and bought a number 10. It's like bootcut jeans, people. You know, you don't really wear them now. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, baggy t-shirt, baggy bootcut jeans over your Air Force Ones. That was the ish. You know what I mean? Right now, you got to get some fitted jeans. Martin Odegaard, to me, is a pair of bootcut jeans, people. It just ain't it right now, people. So for me, what do I give him? I don't know what to give him yesterday. I didn't notice him. I give him a 3 out of 10. Thought he was non-existent. As I said, you wouldn't want these guys going out with your daughter, people. They're soft. They're soft. They get slapped round their face and run off and leave your daughter in the fight. I'm telling you, you know them, man. Them man who wore AstroTurfs with boot cuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Mad thing. You know what I mean? And Odegaard for me right now is a pair of total 90 night boots with some boot cuts, man. It just ain't it, bro. Decent player, but, it just ain't happening. It ain't happening. Man, Broad said, Odegaard, his Nike TN trainers got left a couple decades back. Bro, I'm telling you, this brother is boot cut jeans FC. It just ain't it right now. 3 out of 10, non-existent. Good player. Every time my back's against the wall, this guy's going to disappear with him, people. Let's talk about Gabriel Martinelli. The guy who's been playing well on the left wing, got into the Brazil squad, playing left wing, played for Brazil left wing. So what does Arteta do? He plays him right wing. Playing left wing, he plays him right. He's the new Pep, they said. Oh. Anyway, let's get back to it. That's my short break, people. Our informed left winger is playing right wing. And, he didn't play great. To be fair, he got done a little bit dirty because he put a great cross in to Saka. That should have been an assist. But Saka decides to hit it straight down the middle of the goal. I don't think it was Martinelli's best game. He ran. Maybe he played him right wing because he wanted Saka to help Nuno Tavares defensively. That's all I can give him as an excuse. He gets a 4. He gets a 4 for me, Martinelli, but I'm blaming the manager. He's been playing left wing, playing well. You play him right wing. Broad said, the new Pep, more like Poop Guardiola. This guy... You got to get hold of this guy, I'm telling you. The young Patrick Truman coming out with these one-liners. Man said Poop Guardiola. Oh, my days. He wanted Saka to help the big dog. Martinelli, the wingman, said Pep Teta. Full Brazilian international benched in the 21-22 Arsenal team. Yeah, he'll be... don't worry, Klopp will look after him anyway. He'll end up under Klopp's arm in the next 6 months. I can see it happening. As soon as he comes in for him, you're going to see this guy leave. I'm telling you now. This guy ain't going to have no divine loyalty to Arsenal, man. Newcastle have equalised. Apparently, Schmeichel's dropped an absolute clanger. Goal given. Right, Bukayo Saka. Bukayo, the star boy. On the front of GQ magazine all week. Doing raunchy photo shoots. He then did an advert with multiple Twixers in front of him. Listen, I can't hate, bro. The game's the game. You got to get that money, bro. I respect it. If they say to you, do an advert and just eat a Twix, yeah, man, right, we'll do it. 200 grand to sit on a table with some Twix. The game's the game. I respect it. I just wouldn't mind you scoring from 8 yards out when half the goal is empty, my friend. Saka, for me, wasn't great. That chance is a disgraceful miss, in my opinion. And I think that leads to us losing the game. I'm going to give him a 3. Not good enough. Not good enough, mate. Maybe you had too much chocolate this week. That was a poor performance from him. That chance wins us the game, in my opinion. You go 1-0 up, I think they're done. And, too many photo shoots and chocolates this week. Man said he's the next Danny Cadamartri. Nah, you're going on mad, fam. Nah, that's wild. Danny Cadamartri, Everton with the Plats. Pepper Boy Saka. I don't know what Saka's got to do to get game time. Remember when Arsenal fans were telling me, I wouldn't take Raheem Sterling. I wouldn't take Osman Dembele. I think we could do with a winger, people. I really do. Young boys, man, sometimes it don't happen. They got to start scoring. Just a little fact. Guimarães scored for Newcastle. The Brazilian international that we didn't sign in January because we felt we had enough in midfield. Now we're playing Sambi and Granit Xhaka, and he went to Newcastle. But I won't mention Bruno Guimarães because some people will get triggered by it. Anyway, as we move, people, I just want to give you a little fact about yesterday. Timo Pukki, by the way, who you would say you would never want him anywhere near Arsenal, which is fine. Timo Pukki scored his 10th goal of the season yesterday. 10 Premier League goals for Timo Pukki. That would make him top goal scorer at Arsenal this season. I just want to throw that out there. We don't have a player at Arsenal that has scored 10 goals in the Premier League this season. And it's April the 17th. Happy Easter to everyone, by the way. Hope you're having a great day. Timo Pukki has scored more goals than anybody at Arsenal this season. So I just want to put that into perspective before we talk about our striker, supposed striker. And just before, I want to mention this. I saw this just before coming on. RIP to Steve Rowley, former head scout at Arsenal, who's passed away. They've put a tweet out, Arsenal. So obviously thoughts are with his family. And apparently he was an excellent scout when he was at Arsenal. So obviously sad news. And a lot of people say now Burnley are beating West Ham. I mean, that could be our saving grace. Because if West Ham win today, we drop down to 7th. So, maybe Burnley are actually going to be the best thing of the weekend for Arsenal. But let's talk about our striker. I mean, I say striker. He hasn't scored a goal all season in the Premier League. He's rejected a new contract at Arsenal. Most of the fan base would say he's not good enough to play for Arsenal. But our manager decided to put him up front over Nicolas Pepe or Gabriel Martinelli. I need answers from the community. He's not, do we call him a striker? Because growing up, I thought strikers scored goals. That's what I thought. I don't know. Maybe football's changed. Maybe I'm out of touch with football, people. Maybe I'm out of touch with football. I thought strikers scored goals. I thought goalkeepers saved shots. I thought defenders stopped strikers from scoring goals. But we got a 50 million centre-back that can pass the ball well, apparently, but he's not great at defending. We got a striker in Lacazette who's playing like Claude Makelele. And we've got Eddie Nketiah, who's playing like a greyhound at a Walthamstow dog track, who's just come out the traps. You ever seen greyhound racing? You know, that little hair goes round, and then as it goes past the dogs, they lift the traps, and the greyhound just starts running, just goes mad, chasing after that hair. That's what Eddie's doing in the Premier League right now. I can't knock the hustle. 50 bags a week to run around like a greyhound in trap 1. No goals this season. He's got as many goals as all of us put together in the Premier League this season, people. No goals. And this is the guy Arteta is offering contracts to, and he's actually rejecting them. You know, it's like going up to a girl in a nightclub who don't even look great, and she rejects you. You know, you're embarrassing yourself at this point, bro. You need to let it go. So, Eddie, thanks for turning up. I appreciate it. You covered every blade of grass. 45 grand, 50 grand in your account on Friday. Can't knock the hustle. But I'm convinced he will not score a goal for the rest of the season. I don't think Lacazette will score a goal either. What do I give him? I give him a... What should we give him? 2? 3? I give him a 3. Because I believe he covered every blade of grass on the football pitch. I give Sherman Klump, Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy. I'll give him a 3. Yeah, ostrich settings, people. Moving like an ostrich. You ever seen an ostrich, how they just glide around the... That's how the man's moving, fam. Just running around like a headless chicken. No intelligence. So, Eddie, man. Eddie gets a 3. No, I'm going to give him a 2. I'll give him a 3. I'll be kind. It's Easter. Happy Easter. Give him 3. Just for running around a lot. And... providing me with some entertainment, to be honest, because the way Arsenal are playing, I need entertainment. So, Benazira said that's an insult to ostriches. To be fair, ostriches are quite tall. They might score a header at the back post. But this guy won't. Eddie the Eagle. Eddie the Ostrich. But yeah, this manager wants to give him a new contract. So, I would genuinely rather have Eddie Murphy up front, you know. He might tell a joke, make the defender laugh. Create space for Saka. Maybe we score. Eddie, no disrespect, bro, but it's just not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Can you imagine Southampton? They've lost 6-0. Their defenders have been annihilated all week by their manager. We got to change things. You're not good enough. I'm getting rid of you. They go, man, who are we playing against on Saturday? Please, don't tell me we're playing against Ronaldo, not Harry Kane, please. You know, don't put no good striker. You're playing against Eddie Nketiah. Oh, yes. Bednarek was like, thank you, Lord. Relief. In fact, I'll even score. Bednarek scored more goals yesterday than Eddie has all season. He scored more goals yesterday than Lacazette has in 2022. It's wild. Maybe we should put Rob Holding up front. You know, throw a little curveball to these lot. Because we put about 30 crosses in yesterday. Get big Rob Holding at the back post. You know, he's got good hair. Got a good hairline now, you know. So, yeah. So that's the end of the starting 11, people. I mean, off the bench, he brought on Smith Rowe. Here we go. Saka, Ryan, Emil, Smith Rowe. Okay, no. Yeah, he didn't play well when he came on again. He's been stinking out the place the last few weeks as well, Smith Rowe. And the Croydon De Bruyne, they called him. The Croydon De Bruyne, because he's got low socks. The Croydon De Bruyne. I don't know if he's quite the Croydon De Bruyne, bro. I think we're going to have to reevaluate that. Maybe the Croydon Ryan Fraser. Man are calling him Spliff Rowe. Spliff Rowe, you know. I like it. Oh, we should say, I don't like it. No. Oh. Here we go. Saka, Ryan, Emil, Smith Rowe. The Croydon De Bruyne, you know. That one needs to stop. That one definitely needs to stop, man. I think he needs to pull his socks up, literally. Pull his socks up. I mean, apparently he's got a lion tattoo on his arm now. Played more like a kitten yesterday, bro. Not like a puppy. I give him a 3. Made no real impact on the game. And Nico Rosclot Pepe, who came on. Pepe, go and win me the game. 17 minutes to go. Nicolas Pepe comes on to change the game. He's been entrusted by his manager. Not at half time. Not with half an hour to go, but with 17 minutes. Go and win me the game, Pepe. I don't like you. I never wanted you, Arteta might be saying to him. But go and win me the game. I'm selling you in the summer as well. He had a shot. It went wide. He hardly touched the ball. 4 out of 10. What do I say? What do I say? We move, people. We move. Game over. 1-0 defeat. They lost 6-0 last week, but they keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. Beautiful. You just knew it was going to happen. Santa Claus is in town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Arsenal is coming to town. Oh, dear. No matter what the circumstances, we'll fix it. You've just sacked your manager, Man United, Ollie. Carrick's in charge. He don't even know the players. You know, he's never been a manager. But they beat us at Old Trafford. Everton, no home win in their last 9 games. Arsenal turn up and get beaten by them. Damari Gray, last minute, top corner. Brighton can't score a goal to save their life. Score 2 against Arsenal. Southampton lose 6-0 to Chelsea. The game was over after 30 minutes. Arsenal turn up. They keep a clean sheet and beat us 1-0. And just to add some light to it all, people, our next 2 games are Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and Manchester United at the Emirates. And Ronaldo has just signed a hat-trick. But don't worry, people, it's Easter Sunday. Trust the process. Get yourself an Easter egg. They'll have new merch coming out on Tuesday, probably. New Easter shirts coming out now to celebrate Easter at Arsenal. I'm sure there'll be an email. They're probably selling coffee machines on Monday. It's fine, people. The Emirates is burning down, but it's all fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Ronaldo, I'm telling you, all-you-can-eat restaurant settings for him next week. Let me just get one thing out there before we move on. Chelsea, write that game off. Yeah, that's a write-off. Chelsea at the Bridge is a write-off. You've seen what they did to us earlier this season. You can write that one off. And then Manchester United, I mean, I was more confident, but I'm not confident now after they grind out a victory. So, anyway, here's what it is. Excellent merch. Oh, my days. They need to stop him. He's out of control. Don't worry. Trust the process, people. Laka versus Ronaldo. It'll be so deep, he might be marking him. He might be marking him. Chelsea's a free hit. Yeah, it's a free hit. Write it off. Write it off anyway. Lukaku having White on the ropes. The only lucky thing is that they might not play him. They might not play him. I don't think Lukaku even gets game time for Chelsea. So he may get away with it. But right, if you haven't had enough, people, Easter Sunday, it's lunchtime. This might be more than lunch. You might get a full Sunday dinner out of this. You will feel sick by the time we finish this press conference. I guarantee it. I gave Pepe a 4. Hardly got the ball. You may feel sick by the time you finish listening to this. It is press conference reaction. It is Mickey Ross settings, people. The Teflon Don. Maybe it ain't Teflon after all, people. I see two people on this screen. I see a manager and I see an assistant manager. I'm sorry, I'm here to call truth, people. This is Arsenal therapy. I'm not here to mix it up. I'm not going to pat you on the back and say unlucky. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell people what needs to be said about this football club to get us back to where we need to. Ayan said he's fasting and he's already full from the waffle. You know what time it is. Jake said, I'm already sick. Cone Man music business. I see a manager and I see an assistant manager on the screen. I'll let you figure out who's who, people. I think you all know. Man said, I see a cone man. The hair is glowing. Let me get a quick zoom in. I mean, listen, you could say what you want about this guy, but man, that hair is shining in the sunlight, people. His gel game is on fire. Look, what's going on? Man's got tats on his fingers. Little tat on the finger, probably for his wife or something there. I respect it. I respect it. But I got to respect the hair game. I got to respect the hair game. You know, Ralph maybe had messy hair, got to put the cap on. But damn, that's some shiny hair in the sunshine. However, Arsenal's football on the pitch was certainly not shining the way that Mikel Arteta's hair was shining next to the pitch. And like I said, people, and I mean this sincerely, yesterday was the first time that I honestly felt like this manager was losing the plot a little bit. I felt he ran out of ideas. He ran out of tactics. He took both fullbacks off and we had nearly every attacking player on the pitch at the same time. And we still couldn't break down a team that had lost 6-0 to Chelsea. Not even once. So how do we figure that one out, people? Apparently it's a penalty to Burnley. Keep me updated. Keep me updated, people. Penalty to Burnley. Have they missed? Oh, come on. Come on. Who missed the penalty, people? Let me know. Burnley leading West Ham 1-0. Nearly half time. We could have done with them scoring that. Cornet. Oh, man. Should have been 2-0. Anyway, let's get into press conference reaction with the cone man, Mickey Ross. I told you I'm not holding back now. I'm not holding back. I'm done with this guy. Mikel Arteta gave an honest assessment of our performance after we slumped to a disappointing defeat against Southampton on Saturday. The result leaves us with a lot to do with 7 games remaining in our fight for top 4 spot. After the match, he discussed our performance, improving our goal threat and how we bounce back. This is going to be sickening. I can tell you that now, people, without even getting into it. Right, here we go. He said, on what he made of today's result, he said, difficult to explain because this is football and it is not basketball. Do I just end it? It's Easter. Do I just end it? I mean, are we the LA Lakers? Like, I don't understand. I actually don't understand the comment. I'm baffled. We're one sentence into the press conference. Like, do I just end this? It's Easter. I feel like just ending it. I genuinely feel like I should end it. So we're a basketball team, like. With any other sport, you win games very comfortably and you are talking about different things. What is he talking about? He's done. He's done, you know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now, he's on his way out. This is the start of it. This is the start of it. But yeah, we're the Harlem Globetrotters, people. I guess it's basketball. We shoot from outside the box a lot. Yeah, we ain't getting 3-pointers. Oh my, he's a lunatic. Coach Arteta. Samuel L. Arteta, people. I'm baffled. I just don't understand. Honestly, I'm going to be honest here. When this manager gets sacked, press conference reaction won't be the same because this guy's a lunatic. He's an absolute lunatic. Let me move. Let me give him the justice of speaking it all before I make sense of it. Coach Arteta, people. Yes, I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Remember that big tune? Come on, man. Maybe he's hopeful, man. Maybe he's hopeful. Anyway, let's move. He said, difficult to explain considering the performance to lose that football match. At the end of the day, it is decided in the boxes. They scored 1 goal, and for the amount of time that we spent around the box and the shots we had, situations and the clear-cut chances, we didn't put them in the goal because they had exceptional goalkeeper today. And as well, we didn't have enough quality and enough capacity to break them down when we had the numbers and situations. Get LeBron James up front, mate, till the end of the season. You know? Get LeBron James up top. Start signing basketball players. I'm done with this guy. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I don't understand why he's referencing basketball. You know what? I think... Give me a second. I got a little mini basketball here, actually. Right, we should be back, people. I mashed up the whole stream there. Hold on. No, I mashed it all up. Hold on. Give me a sec. It's all going off. I went to get a basketball, pulled off the camera, and pulled off the microphone. Right, apologies. We should be back now, people. I just thought it was... I thought it appropriate that we get a basketball. I've got a little mini basketball here. There we go. Apologies. It's all going off. Happy Easter, people. Headphones nearly mash up. I thought I'd get a little basketball just to keep it informed. He's telling me it's basketball, not football. All right, we move, people. Nearly mashed up the whole stream there. On how big of a missed opportunity it feels like given the Spurs result. Yeah, man's doing it at Arteta. He said, huge, because for somebody that doesn't know the result and is watching the game, you know what they will tell you, that Arsenal won the game and we didn't. What? If you watch the game, you know we lost the game because you saw them score a goal and we didn't score a goal. Like, what's he talking about? What? Because we had a lot of possession? Anyway, Peter, it's basketball. It's basketball, not football. It's basketball. Slam dunk it in, people. Slam dunk it. He said, it's very disappointing and difficult to explain with words. But this is sport. It's what makes it different to any other. Because, again, in basketball, you have 25 shots and the winner has one and you win 10 out of 10 times. Hey, it's basketball, people. In basketball, if you have more shots, you win. And in football, you have more shots, you don't necessarily win. I think that's what he's trying to say. But hey, basketball. Get LeBron James up front, people. Maybe he'll lead us to top 4. Can someone tell me what he's talking about? Doopy T said, diss track number 11. Forget football, it's basketball. He's lost the plot. I'm sorry, he's lost the plot. He's absolutely lost the plot. What is he talking about? Is he watching and coaching the Argentinian? Or does he know about the shot clock? I'm telling you, Arteta's been watching the playoffs. Now it makes sense. Mikel been watching The Last Dance on Netflix. That explains the documentary of the old Medis. Bruv, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going off. Why does he keep referencing basketball? Maybe he should be a basketball coach, you know? The amount of high crosses he puts in, maybe, you know, I just don't get it. The man said, it's very disappointing and difficult. This is sport. Because again, in basketball, you have 25 shots and the winner has one and you win 10 out of 10 times. you're talking about a different sport. What am I going to do? Start talking about swimming when we're playing football? It makes no sense what you're even saying. On whether not taking our chances is what is separating us from the top sides, he said, it is what we have. The players that we have, they haven't done it in this league. Whew. I mean, that's harsh, bro. These are the players you said they were going to get you in the top 4. You binned Aubameyang, you didn't sign no one. You know? Man's dissing these man, you know. Man said they haven't done it in this league. Lacazette's been in this league about 4 or 5 years, bruv. So now your players aren't good enough. But they were good enough 3 weeks ago when we were on our way to top 4. Man's throwing shots at his own players. The players that we have, they haven't done it in this league. I think that's a very damaging comment. Considering you built this squad. You signed most of these players, gave contracts to most of these players. Listen, they used to diss man like Jose for this. Oh, he's throwing his players under the bus. What's that? These players haven't done it in this league. Most of these, man, Jack has been here for years. Lack has been here for years. It's the players, they're playing the wrong sport. Maybe if they're a basketball team. Man's dissing his own squad that he bought. How does that make sense? Don't worry, man. I got something. We're waiting for Kev. Hopefully we get Kev on Tuesday before the Chelsea game Wednesday. Man's firing shots at his own players. I don't respect that. You bought these players, man. You bought them. Said, when you have a world-class player that has been playing in the league for 10 years, probably you are not sitting here. But I am the first one to defend them, to support them. I'm not sure that first comment supports them. He said, you see how hard they tried, and the only way to do it is to insist what happened today might happen the next week or the next month. I mean, first of all, you couldn't get a world-class player to Arsenal, Mikel Arteta. Because how is a world-class player going to put his trust in Mikel Arteta? Second of all, as I always said, people, nobody forced this manager to go and sign young players. He could have signed experienced players. He could have signed world-class players. Although, like I said, most world-class players wouldn't have come here. So I don't understand it. That whole statement is a massive contradiction. The players that we have haven't done it in this league. If I'm Lacazette, I'm like, yo, even though Laka hasn't done much in this league, I'll be looking at him sideways like, yo, that's disrespectful, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you're saying, oh, but I defend them. Poor. Don't respect it at all, mate. You created this squad and now you're dissing these, man. I don't rate it at all. Man said his players are trash. Man said, listen, mate, ain't me, it's the players. Man's actually doing a Kevin Campbell. Man said, listen, it's the players, Curtis. They're crap. This team are rubbish. Man's actually, I feel like he's come in the press conference and gone, these players are rubbish. Yeah, I'm an elite manager. I'm the next Pep. But these players are trash. Blame them. Yeah, these players, they haven't done it in this league. I haven't got a world-class player. Man said, jump, man. Mikel Jordan, man. Man's got the new MJs on, bruv. I'm telling you. I don't understand. He claims he's defending the players in this statement, even though he's dissing them. On how he's planning to improve our goal threat in the upcoming games. Yeah, good luck with that one, mate. Good luck with that one, Lacazette and Nketiah. That ain't going to happen. Man said, it's not me, it's you. It's them lot. They're rubbish. They're absolutely rubbish. I'm an elite football manager. I'm generational. I've got shiny jelly here. The fans love me. I'm the next Pep Guardiola. But these mugs, they're rubbish. They can't score goals. They can't defend. They got no midfield. They're terrible. He said it's the players, Curtis. It's the players. Kevin Campbell settings. Yeah, you could have signed Maddison. 14 goals, 9 assists. He said, well, something clicks. And instead of the ball hitting the post like it did twice last week and hit the goalkeeper and gets deflected and goes outside, instead it goes in. I mean, that isn't down to luck. The man's making out like it's looked like, oh, the ball hit the goalkeeper and gets deflected and goes outside. The funny thing is, Mikel, the better players, they put it past the goalkeeper into that big thing that they call a net, right? Just behind the crossbar and the post, there's a net. It didn't just hit the goalkeeper and deflect and go outside. The goalkeeper stuck his arm out and saved it because our shot wasn't good enough, Mikel. I mean, please stop. Just put him out of his misery. Draw up the P45 and send him on his way. Go back to Pep. Training tomorrow. Raheem Sterling needs a drink. Can you fill up his water bottle? Can you put a 10 by 10 square over there for a little bit of keep ball and just put this behind you? It's been a nightmare for us. I'm sure you haven't enjoyed it. Just end it, please. Man's making out like the goalkeeper doesn't actually save the shot and that better strikers don't shoot past the goalkeeper. I just don't understand what this guy is doing. He's driving us insane, people. Just put him on NBA, man. Let him be a pundit on NBA, man. I'm done with him. Just sack him. Put him out of his misery. Man said, Coleman. Them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 days out the country. Man remixed it from Jumpman to Coleman. You know what I mean? Forget Michael Jordan. This is Coleman Arteta, people. It's all mad. It's all mad. Let me continue. I need to get this over with. He said, this is very difficult to predict because to create more, I can't remember a game where Arsenal has played with this team where they created and dominated in a game more and better. I'm hanging on by a thread here, people. I got to be honest. I'm hanging on by an absolute thread. It's Easter Sunday, man. None of us need this. None of us need this. I've just heard in 2022, on Sunday, the 17th of April, 2022, 3:15 UK time, I've just read the manager of Arsenal tell me, I can't remember a game where Arsenal has played where they have created and dominated in a game more and better. With this team, sorry. We did not score in the game. He's telling me he's never seen a game where we've created more chances and dominated more and we didn't score. I mean, I need a drink. And I'm going to need a drink back here. I need a red stripe, large. No one's here, by the way. I just like shouting that. It makes me laugh. Man said the cone man can't jump. Apparently, we were absolutely dominant and we played unbelievable. He's never seen us play that well since he's been Arsenal manager. A 1-0 defeat at Southampton. Cheers, Mikel, mate. Cheers. As far as I'm aware, possession doesn't get you goals, by the way, you know. The more possession you get, that doesn't get you a goal. They don't come to you and go, right, Mikel, can I have a word with you, mate? Right. Quick word. Right, looking at the stats here, you've had 72% possession, so we're going to give you 2 goals for that. Yeah, is that all right with you, Mikel? Yeah, and you've had 25 shots, so that qualifies you for another 2 goals, so you've actually won 4-1. That work with you, Mikel? Does that work? Yeah? Bag juice. I can't take it no more, people. I can't take it. Just put him out of his misery, man. Just put him out. I can't take it. How do we defend this guy at this point? How do we defend him? Bad said he's weeing on us and telling us it's raining. The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. The more you read, the angrier I'm getting. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The cone man can't cone. Ah, dear Mikel, you're special, my friend, for the wrong reasons. He says, well, after saying he's never seen us dominate a game so much, he said, the result is what at the end we need to be where we have to be. And if we are not able to do that, we aren't going to be there. It's as simple as that. You don't have enough quality to be there because we have to win football matches and we have to score more goals. And that's a problem we have at the moment. Not being funny, mate. You created this problem. You told us. You paid Aubameyang 7 million. You didn't buy a replacement. You told us Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah was enough to get in the top 4. So you're reaping what you sow, my friend. You've made your bed, now you're lying in it. One striker's got 4 goals, 2 of them penalties, and the other guy hasn't scored all season. So I don't know what does he expect? On how difficult it will be to pick up the squad, he said they are really down. They are down because they cannot find the right answer apart from what we can do better around the box and not to win the match. That's the frustration. When somebody is better than you, you shake their hands and you have to do something. You have to believe yourself. You have to be critical of yourself. But when it's happening the way it happened, apart from 25 minutes against Palace, some period against Brighton in the first half, it's very difficult to explain and accept. Laurie, is that you? Laurie, come out. Laurie, Kevin Campbell, come outside. I'm convinced. He's gone. He's done. They've done him, man. They've got hold of him. He's finished. I've never read anything like this in my whole life. He's trying to say that Crystal Palace only outplayed us for 25 minutes and some period against Brighton. It's very difficult to... So according to him, I'm going to add this up. 90-minute game, apparently for 25 minutes they dominated, which would mean he's saying for 65 minutes we were better than Palace. We didn't score one goal, by the way, so I don't know how you work that one out, by the way. Some period against Brighton. So Brighton only had a period, but they scored 2 goals in that period. We didn't turn up till the last 8 minutes against Brighton when we decided, actually, we better try and score some goals now. But apparently you can't explain it. I can explain it, Mikel. Do you want me to explain it to you? Right. Your defence that you spent 20 million on Tomiyasu, 50 million on Ben White, 25 million on Gabriel, and 8 million on Nuno Tavares. Obviously, Tierney was Emery signing, and Cedric on 70 grand, Pablo Mari on 70 grand, who's on loan. That defence, plus the 30 million pound goalkeeper, they're going to concede more goals than last season, which means you've spent over 100 million on a defence that is performing worse than the David Luiz, Hector Bellerin, Rob Holding, Kolasinac / Kieran Tierney defence. Yeah, so I'll explain that to you. You walked into a team that had Aubameyang Golden Boot winner, Lacazette Player of the Season, and they both just fell off a cliff in terms of performances since you became manager. You sold Aubameyang. In fact, you gave him away. In fact, you paid him to leave, then didn't replace him. You relied on a striker that don't score goals, and you relied on another striker that hasn't scored all season. I'd say it's pretty simple to explain, Mikel. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty simple. You've made this team worse. However many players individually we like, and I like Saka and I like Smith Rowe, you know, oh, here we go. All of that, Ramsdale, yeah, he makes great saves, he punches his chest. That's beautiful. You've made this team worse. You took over a team that had just finished 5th. We now are struggling to get anywhere near 5th after $250 million spent. Dimas said Chelsea had the same shots and scored 6 against them, and we are playing against them. There you go. You know, stats don't win games. The only stat that counts is goals, people. Snake Eye said, supporting this club is increasing our stress and blood pressure along with anxiety. I am done. I blame the fans for not uniting and getting him out. And they're still not uniting. There's still plenty of fans on there going, oh, top 6 was the target. No, it wasn't. Because Edu never said top 6 was the target with Jeff Shreves. Arteta never said it was the target. Arteta was saying last week, the aim of Arsenal is not to finish 4th. He wants 3rd, 2nd and 1st. Yet the fans are saying, I'll take 6th. Make that make sense, people. Big up Snake Eyes, man. Big up to you, bro. Man thinks he's the Spanish Hugh Grant. He ain't got that much charisma, bro. Leave Arsenal and win something. This is the worst Arsenal in Premier League era. You're not wrong. Let me get through this waffle. There can't be much left. Oh, there we go. On whether Lacazette might return to action this week, he said it will depend whether he's negative, whether he's feeling better, and if his symptoms have gone, and if he's available to play. There you go. Beatbox is coming for me. Here we go. I love this one. Beatbox. I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favourites, right? But I take it. I take it. He said, Curtis, you wanted Jose, though. All right, fair enough, right? I understand that. And I can understand why some fans will say, Jose maybe wasn't right for Arsenal. A little bit too emotional and maybe too harsh for these players. But he's better than Mikel Arteta. That would be my response to you, Beatbox Stray Beats. I can understand why you can say maybe not Jose, but my response to you would be, is Jose better than Mikel Arteta? And I think that answers everything. I don't think I have to say anything else. If I was in court, I would say no further questions, Your Honour. Look, I've mashed up the whole thing when that fell off. Let me just move that. Right, there we go. I would say no further questions, Your Honour. It might not have been the answer, but it's better than this garbage that we're being fed right now. Simple as that. Simple as that. That is the top and bottom of it. There might have been a better one than Jose that maybe we should have gone for. I think we should have got Conte. We could have got Allegri when he was out of work. We let these managers go to other clubs. But Mikel Arteta, come on. I'd rather have Mr. Bean in charge right now, and that's no cap. Jose's washed and still better than Arteta, 100%. This is Jose that's seeing out his career. And he'll probably end up, he might end up in the MLS, somewhere like that. He might end up, at some club where he just gets massive wages after Roma. But even that washed up Jose is better than this guy. Let me tell you that. And the CV and the ability to attract big names, big players. Who can Arteta attract, really? You're comparing a Champions League, Premier League and a Liga and Serie A winner with a cone man. There's no comparison. It's like comparing an ant on the floor with a lion. It's just not the same, people. It's just not the same. That press conference was hard work. I nearly ruined the whole stream during that press conference trying to get the basketballer. This officially goes down as the basketball stream. He's comparing football to basketball now. I honestly think he's lost his head. This manager, I think his head has absolutely gone. And I'm concerned for Arsenal, people. And I'll tell you why I'm concerned. Because looking ahead, looking at the table now, I think West Ham is still 1-0 at the moment. West Ham are at home to Burnley. This would be a great result for Arsenal. It's desperate times when you're having to rely on Burnley to get a result just to keep West Ham away from you. But that's where we're at right now. But the crazy thing is, we've played 3 games, and just one win out of those 3 would have put us in a good position. Level on points with Spurs, game in hand, stay in the mix. What a time for Arsenal to drop that form. 1 win in 5 games. It's the worst form in that whole top 9. Even Brighton have had 2 wins. It's the worst form in the whole top 10. And what a time to do it. As you can see, we're the lowest goal scorers in the top 7, which you would say they're the 7 teams we're competing with. Obviously, these 3 here, Tottenham, Man United, West Ham, we're the lowest goal scorers. And this is the problem, people. We don't score enough goals. 11 defeats this season. We lost 13 last season. Still 7 games to go. We conceded 39 goals last season. We've conceded 37. So we're going to concede more goals than we conceded last season. After spending more money. So how can you spend over 100 million on your back 4 and concede more goals than the one that had David Luiz, the one that had Hector Bellerin, players that we couldn't wait to get rid of, Beatbox Dre, no, I let him come back. He said, my point was if we had gotten Jose, we wouldn't be in a better position and Allegri is too defensive. Listen, I don't believe they would have had us in a worse position. I don't think so. Not after 2.5 seasons. Jose can attract players. And he usually does have a time of success. Then the wheels kind of fall off. I think he would have had us in a better position than where this current manager's got us. That is for sure. But I hear you. Listen, I respect your opinion. Loads of people throw that Jose one at me, but I'm always happy to defend it. It's very easy to defend. People saying I missed the super chat. I can't see it. Apologies if I have people. But yeah, this league table is so frustrating because we are still in the mix. But when you look at the fixtures, this is the problem. This is the problem, people. I mean, you look at our games coming up. Look at our next few games. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this Wednesday. Make sure you tune in for the watch along. I mean, have I got any... Man said still deserves a timeout. Have you got any hope that we can go to Stamford Bridge and beat them? Chelsea playing the FA Cup semi-final at 4:30 against Palace. Hopefully, somehow, Vieira pulls off a masterclass and they're shattered and somehow... But I just can't see it. I can't see it. We're not going to score goals. Not going to score. We've scored 1 goal against Palace, Brighton and Southampton. I can't see us going to the Bridge and even scoring. If I'm being honest, they're defensively excellent. I'm not even sure we'll score. Dre said their B team will beat us. And then Man United, listen, if Man United would have drawn yesterday, I'd be looking at that game. People call it El Banterco, two banter clubs. But Ronaldo alone can beat us. He did at Old Trafford. He scored 2 against us just because bad defending, bad marking. And that game went away from us as well. Wasim said, more chance of me shaking the Pope's hand on Easter Sunday than beating Chelsea at the Bridge. Can't see it. Listen, stranger things have happened, but I can't see it the way we're playing. I don't see how we turn round that run of form and go to Stamford Bridge and beat Chelsea. They're not easy to beat. And then West Ham. I mean, we're in danger of losing our next 3 games if we're not careful. Because I feel like every time you lose a game, the confidence gets lower. It's harder to turn it around. Confidence is hard to build, easy to lose. Now, when you've just lost 3 games on the bounce to 3 mid-table teams, and then you play Chelsea, you can lose that. That's a London derby. Then you play Manchester United at home. You're under pressure. Early kickoff. We're not usually a good team early kickoff. Ronaldo will be thinking, I can put them to the sword here. I can go and score more goals, and celebrate. Our only good thing that gives us a little bit of hope, Manchester United play Liverpool on Tuesday at Anfield. And I would expect them to get beat and their confidence to drop as well. So that's the only thing that could be a bit of a saving grace for us. That they play Liverpool the day before we play Chelsea. I'd expect them to lose that. But yeah, this is damning. Leeds at home. Maybe we get a win, but they could be fighting for their lives. I think they're nearly safe. And then Tottenham away, which I know, listen, people hate to say it. I'm not confident that we can go to Tottenham and beat them. Where are the goals going to come from? I just don't see it. I think if you're playing against Arsenal now, you say, right, double up on Saka, double up on Martinelli, get tight, be physical with Odegaard. Lacazette will play deep. They've got no Partey. They've got no Tierney. They won't want to know. They'll revert to putting crosses in. And they've got a small striker who's not going to win headers. I think you can handle Arsenal. And that's what makes me sad. Because I feel like over the years, even under Wenger towards the end when we weren't great, we could still score goals. We were still entertaining. We couldn't defend. We go to teams and concede 4, but we probably score 3, But now we look toothless and attack people. We look like an Arsenal team that aren't going to score goals. And I've never seen that in my entire life of supporting Arsenal. I can't lie, people. Raekwon, the chef, said it's harder to build the confidence of a young team. This is the team Arteta wanted, by the way. And Snake Eye said, clip this, we will finish 7th. Arteta has to go. You've got to look at it like this, people. And I've been in this position, obviously, in lower leagues. When you're a young player and you're coming into a team, you need to focus on your own game because you're trying to figure things out. You haven't been in this situation before. What Mikel Arteta has done wrong, he's put the responsibility of Arsenal getting top 4 onto the youngsters. Your Sakas, your Martinellis, your Smith Rowes, your younger players. They've never been in these trenches before. When Cesc Fabregas came through, he had his Thierry Henrys, he had his Pires. He could lean on them, man, for advice. If Fabregas had a bad game, don't worry, Thierry's going to win you the game. Because he's experienced. He knows how to deal with that pressure. He has that higher quality. You're going to be a bit starstruck and think, there's somebody here that I can lean on if I need to. When Jack Wilshere came through, he had his Van Persies and those players there, experienced, quality players you can lean on. Who can Bukayo Saka lean on when he's having a bad game? Who can he look to and say, bro, it's not happening for me today. They're doubling up on me. I'm going to need you to win this game today. I'm going to need Lacazette to win me this game today. I'm going to need Granit Xhaka to win me this game today. They're not going to win the game because they're actually looking at the young bucks and saying, yo, you need to win the game. This is where the problem is. He's built us, but we're not stable. We don't have that strong spine. We don't have those older heads who could say, listen, young'un, don't worry. Today it's not happening for you. I'll win you this game. But we don't have that. We're a fragile team. Do we have talent? We have bags of talent. Even Ben White. Listen, I've criticised Ben White in this stream. Ben White's got some talent. He's a modern-day centre-back, gets on the ball, he can pass, he brings the ball out of defence. But defensively, he's not that good. We do not have a strong enough spine of our team. Ramsdale in goal, been decent this season. You look at Gabriel and Ben White, they're good, but when the back four starts getting pulled apart, Tierney comes out, this, that, the other, they're inexperienced in the Prem. They haven't handled the pressure. You go into the midfield. Xhaka and Partey together have looked decent. You pull one of them out and it collapses. You've seen it. A midfield without Thomas Partey is non-existent. Xhaka, El Neni, Sambi, it's not going to happen. It's a bagel midfield. Then you look at your number 10, Martin Odegaard. Talented player, good on the ball. Put him under pressure, press him, get in his face, be physical, cut off the space. It will disappear. And he has done in a lot of the big games. Then you look at the striker, Lacazette. Works hard, drops deep, doesn't score, doesn't even link up play as well as people were talking about. Our whole spine of our team has major weaknesses in it, you know? And people say process, people say time, but what will happen to this team, you can see it. It's what Wenger used to say. These youngsters. But then one of them gets cherry-picked because the agent of Martinelli will go, listen, I've just had a phone call from Jurgen Klopp. He's going to let Sadio Mane go. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this would be the kind of thing. Mane's going to go and he needs a new left winger. You've got 2 years left on your deal. Klopp wants you at Liverpool. They've just won, you know, the League Cup. They're probably going to win the FA Cup. They might win the Champions League. Jurgen Klopp wants you at Liverpool to play left wing. Do you think Martinelli's going to care about the process? Trust the process. Give me 2 more years. He needs another transfer window. He needs the right striker. They used to say he needs his own pre-season. He needs a full season. He needs new defenders. He needs midfielders. He needs strikers, wingers, fullback. No, the excuses will run out. We'll lose people during this process because these players won't stay at the club. They're not Arsenal fans. They're Arsenal players. They want the best for themselves. Football careers are short, people. You haven't got time to sit there. So the process for me is not working. It was a plan. It could have worked. It hasn't worked. So what do Arsenal do from now on, people? What do Arsenal do from here? If Arsenal finish in a Europa League spot, which is where we are at the moment, I think the club will dress that up as success. I'm going to be totally honest. They will say he needs more time. We're going to back him. There's a war chest. You know, all the usual stuff will come out. And a lot of people said, oh, I'm glad that Arsenal aren't in Europe because it's 1 game a season. 1 game a week, sorry. We've had 1 game a week. Hasn't helped us. Got knocked out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round. Hasn't helped us. Knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Hasn't helped us. Spent 150 million. Hasn't helped us. Got rid of Aubameyang, who apparently was a problem in the dressing room. And that hasn't helped us. So where do we go from here? What is the solution? Because to me, I think Arsenal will scrape a Europa League spot, and I think Arteta will sign a new contract this summer. I really do. Because he's got a year left, and I don't think they will allow him to stay at the club with a year left on his deal because that creates an unstable environment. So I think they'll give him a new contract this summer. I really do. Adnan, thank you for the super chat. He said, Curtis, bro, life is too short to be stressing over these lot. You have your health and your family. The sun is out. Go and enjoy the day. Bro, 5 minutes, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And listen, I always say this, people. Don't let Arsenal ruin your weekend because they don't really care about us that much. You know, we're the consumers. We're the customers. That's how they treat us a lot of the time. And but also, we have a role to play as fans as well, to apply pressure when necessary, you know. Anantha, said, bro, what's your thoughts on the Man United protest? With Chelsea in a process to sell, will the Glazers maybe be looking at bidders and sell too? I mean, it didn't look that big of a protest compared to the last one, but I think United fans are going to have to be patient and see if they back Ten Hag in the summer, you know, and let's see. Sean said you end up watching the semi-final. Thiago was immense. I just watched the extended highlights. Thiago's a baller, man. Absolute baller. Always has been. You need to start hitting them in the pocket. 100%. 100%. Fans, if this top 4 disappears in the next couple of games, which, listen, it's in quicksand right now. It's sinking. Arsenal fans should be leaving them seats empty at the end of the season. Leave them seats empty, man. Don't go. You know, don't go. Don't bother with it. But they won't. They'll go, and that's the problem. The new kit will probably get released early. The fans will go and watch, and that's the problem. But they certainly should be leaving seats empty. For me now, Arsenal have to show some cojones, as Troy Deeney once said. You got to go to Chelsea and do something. You got to stop the rot. You can't lose again. Go there and fight and get a draw. Do something. And then you play Man United at home on the weekend. But will they do that? Do they have the backbone to do that? Do they have the cojones to do that? Have they got enough fight about them to do that? I don't see it. To me, teams are a reflection of their manager. I've always said we've got a team that's learning on the job. He probably is improving slowly, but he's making damning massive mistakes. And I don't think we're going to get away with it. I just don't. I think we'll end up in the Europa League if we're lucky. Snake Eye said, anything other than Europe is not enough for me. We should apply the pressure to get these lot out. Protest. Don't go to games. Don't buy the kits. Fan base has to unite, but they won't. They'd rather argue with each other. And that's the problem with the Arsenal fan base, I'm afraid. AT7 said, Big C, happy Easter, my brother. Don't let Arteta and Arsenal ruin your Easter. You don't know Arteta eating them waffles. He's about to create the next press conference. I mean, the next one we'll probably get another one on Tuesday, actually, for the Chelsea game. So we're going to get a lot of press conferences this week, and then we'll get the Man United one Thursday or Friday. But anyway, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Let's get a few comments in before we round up. Been on for an hour and 37 minutes. Like I always say, people, happy Easter to all of you. And hope you're having a great day. And listen, let's see what happens. Big week for Arsenal. Simple as that. Big week. By this time next week, we will have played Chelsea, played Manchester United. And I think it will be clear what is happening with this team, to be honest, and where we're potentially going to finish. Get a few comments in, then we'll get out of here. I'll let you enjoy the good weather on Easter, people. Waffles after waffles this week, man, I'm telling you. Walking out makes the difference. Look what happened at Liverpool in the first days of Wenger. Like I said, empty seats got Wenger the sack. 100%. Empty seats got Wenger sacked because they hit the pockets. Phil, I would definitely take Mancini. Man said, would you take Mancini? All day long, I would take him. He's better than this manager. He's a Premier League winner. He won the Euros. I would definitely take him. And he's worked in the Prem. Easter egg brittle team. Kane has said, Tuchel will outclass Arteta. Looking forward to Wednesday, win or lose. Listen, we have to. It's football, innit? We love football. So, listen, I'll be there. I'll do the watch along. I'll be caught in the emotion of it, hoping we can do something. But I won't be expecting it, you know? I wasn't even angry yesterday. I wasn't even shouting because I almost wasn't surprised. You know, I thought Southampton lost 6-0, then we'll probably go and lose to them. But you just don't expect it. But at the same time, you do expect it. Raekwon said, Curtis, why won't the fans unite considering how much people pay? People have separate... I won't say... People in the Arsenal fan base are more concerned with saying, I told you so, than saying, let's get the best for Arsenal. That's the problem. Simple as that. Arsenal fans would rather say... So the fans that are saying, we think Arteta's great, they're so invested in it, they will still bang the drum for Arteta rather than saying, you know what, maybe you was right on this one. We're going to come together and just get the best for the club. Like I said with me, I don't care about saying I told you so. I said many times I didn't want Aaron Ramsdale, didn't rate him. Seen him play a number of times for Sheffield United, did not rate him. He's been possibly our player of the season. I can sit here right now and say, do you know what? That brother, he proved me wrong. Been a very good signing. On the flip side, I said, I've never believed Arteta is good enough. Now, if that comes to fruition, I'm not going to say, I told you so, you should all listen to me. I don't care. I just want the best for Arsenal. But our fan base would rather be on social media saying, yeah, you see, I predicted that first. I told you. And look at them. They got it wrong. And that's the problem. Whole heap of clout chasing, my friend. That is the problem. You know, you got to put your ego to the side and just say, let's get the best for the club. But people don't want to do that, you know. Buenos Aires, Guna, happy Easter to you, bro, and to your family and the rest of the C-Unit community. Blessings, all blessings to each and every one of you for tuning in. Hope you're having a great day. Do you know, I'm going to get out of here now. We'll finish with that positive comment. We'll be back tomorrow. I may only be on with a pre-recorded video, people, because I'm going to be out and about with the family tomorrow, so it may be just a pre-recorded video that I'll upload during the day. Tuesday, we'll be back on with a live stream. I'm hoping to have Kevin Campbell on Tuesday if he doesn't avoid me. He's been doing, he's been Usain Bolt running away the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping to have him on. We should have press conference reaction on Tuesday as well, Mikel Arteta's press conference. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. Chelsea watch along on Wednesday night, and obviously Manchester United watch along Saturday 12:30 kickoff. So big week coming up. Happy Easter to all the fan base. Appreciate all of your support, interaction, and your comments. It's always appreciated. Hope you have a great day with your families. Don't let Arsenal ruin the week, and enjoy yourselves today. Happy Easter to the community. Take care, and I will see you on Tuesday. Pre-recorded video tomorrow, more than likely. Take care, everyone. Bless.